Poor. Poor. Just one word. And that's what we're going to talk about on this morning's Manna. Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And I got a word for you on this morning. It is a word that speaks to what God has desired for us. And in return, pushes us into the place that he wants us to be. And that one word is poor, P-O-U-R. Can you put that in the chat area? Just pour. You hear a lot about it. A lot of people talking about, hey, pour into me, being poured into. I'm going to pour out into someone. Whatever the case, however you look at it, we're going to do a word study first, and then the text to talk and the takeaway, the application of it. Word study first, and then we're going to do the text to talk, the takeaway of this word pour. Well, welcome to Morning Manna. It's Monday morning, and I just simply want to give God praise for the worship on yesterday where God poured God's self out on us. And as a result of that, I want to just kind of speak to this on this morning, this whole understanding biblical principle that seemingly has caught fire in the kingdom over the past couple years or so about poor. Well, here we go. Let's give you the etymology, the E-Y-T-M-O-L-O-G-Y, the etymology. I almost forgot how to spell the word. Etymology is the science or the understanding of beginnings, the science or the understanding of beginnings. And so to grab hold of, we said we're going to give you a word study first and then move into more about the word itself. Now, this word is a Hebrew word that comes from nesek and quail. Nesek and quail, N-E-S-E-K-H. Or quail or qual, Q-U-A-L. This word simply means this. It means the thing poured. The thing poured. Not just to pour something, but the thing itself in a noun to be poured. Now, let's get into the word. The text, the talk, the takeaway. Keep that in the back of your mind as we press into dealing with pour and the application of that. The text is Philippians 2:17. Philippians 2:17. Paul talking to the church at Philippi, writing from a prison. He's bound to the Praetorian Guard, both wrist and ankles, and he writes this letter to them, a thank you note for the money that they sent him. And he says to them, now in response to what you are doing, Philippians 2:17 says this, even if I am to be poured, the thing poured out like a drink offering. Well, what is a drink offering? What is a drink offering? Let's press a little bit further. A drink offering is like wine poured, not like wine, it is wine poured out around the altar or poured out in such a fashion that God can now consume it. Meat offering, presented daily or on the Sabbath or on feast days or high holy days. It would be poured out. Now grab a hold of this, grab a hold of this. Grab a hold of the first thing when it comes down to pour, and that is it must cost you. Come here, David, have a seat and share with everybody on this Monday morning. In 2 Samuel 23:16, what does David say? He pours out the water that the men broke through the enemy lines. They're on the other side of the enemy lines. David says, man, that water from Bethlehem well, it tastes so good. I can taste it right now. It's cool. It quenches my thirst. It brings back all kinds of memories of satisfaction. Oh my God, I would love to have a ladder full, a cup full. Oh my God, if you could just, I would love to have. Before he could get all the words out of his mouth, his men have broken through the enemy lines. They went all the way there, got a canteen, a wineskin, whatever the jar that they used, filled it, broke back through the enemy lines, brought it to David, and David did what? Poured it. Now, you may think the men snap. No, they didn't, because they grab it. David made the statement. What did he say? David says that I can't drink something that costs me nothing. Yeah, it has to cost you. A pour must cost you. It is the sacrifice of pouring out yourself. It is an offering unto the Lord. And David says, I'm giving this to the Lord. I can't sit this. My God, my thirst will never be quenched, because this belongs to the Lord. Here's the second thing that I want you to grab. It must empty you. It must empty you of yourself. It must empty you of your personality. It must empty you of your selfishness. It must empty you of all that you've gathered to think who you are. It has to empty you. When you become a pour that is poured out, it must empty you. Why must it empty you? It must empty you because it prepares you to be filled. David, let's go back. David said, look at here. Man, there's no way. This costs too much for me to drink it. Are you kidding me? This is going unto the Lord. Absolutely, it's going unto the Lord. Paul said, look, what all y'all are doing for me, here I am in prison. You put some money on my books, and I'm just going to act like it don't cost. Yes, it cost me. I'm going to pour and empty myself out in serving you, which sets me up for the third thing. The third thing is this. I'm now prepared to be filled. I'm prepared to be filled. Once you empty yourself of yourself, you are now in the best place you've ever been to be filled by God. You cannot get anything into a full container. If the container is full, what use is God in your life? If you already got all the answers, why ask for wisdom? If you already know what you're going to do, if you already know you're going to act, you're going to clown, what are you asking God for? Prepares you to be filled. What's your takeaway this morning? Grab this, put it in the note, put it right there in the chat area. You can't pour until you allow Holy Spirit to make you fluid. I'll say that again. You cannot pour the thing to be poured out until Holy Spirit makes you fluid. How about some fluidity here? Hey, the Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you, give you peace. Pour this on somebody and share it. Pour this on somebody. This word bless you. Bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. God bless you.